Vaccinated people.
Alrighty, folks. Ami Horowitz has done it again. This time, he went around New York asking people who are vaccinated for COVID-19, why are you still wearing a mask? Before we dive into that,
Oh my lord, Ben Shabibo is fucking doing react shit. Oh, he did it. He's finally doing it. He's finally doing it, dude. I went to the gym and a white trainer looked at a black trainer and said, Happy Juneteenth. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God, dude. It's so... Ugh. Michael Che, for all of his like somewhat reactionary points from time to time, has a pretty solid HBO show, I think. I really like Michael Che's new HBO show. And the first episode was fantastic, where he's like locked in an elevator with a white lady who's like talking about immediately talking about like, I'm so sorry for all the police brutality that's happened to you. And it's like, that still comes from a place of otherizing black people. Just be normal, please. Please be normal. Please stop. You're so fucking weird. Don't do that. What? I think I found your dream girl. Stop, dude. That's not real. That's like photoshopped and it's like scary. Fucking Christ.
Okay. There we go.
All right. How do you feel?
The same.
Here checking in for duty.
New York, man. New frickin' York. You know what you don't see in Florida? This bullshit.
Why are you wearing a mask outside?
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Hell fucking yeah, dude. Like, I'm a fucking conservative anti-masker Andy. You guys know this about me. You know, many people are very upset because they think I don't care about like immunocompromised people or something. But like, I wouldn't walk up to people who are wearing masks and be like, why are you wearing a mask? I think the funny thing is they should just literally be like, for your safety, because I'm sick, and then start coughing. I think that would be hilarious. If you're wearing a mask and somebody fucking comes up to you and says, why are you wearing a mask? Just cough on them and be like, oh, because I have COVID. I have the Delta variant, which is incredibly deadly. Even if you have a vaccine, just lie to them. Okay? Just lie to them and just be like, I have COVID and I'm actually protecting you. See? With the mask, obviously. See how they fucking react to it. Okay, don't do that because then people are going to beat your ass probably. And also, you might go to prison. Don't actually do that. That's a joke. Mask during flu season should be mandatory, to be honest. Yeah, that's not happening, okay? This is literally not going to happen. Virginia, I think, has laws against masks that go back in effect in July. They recently updated it.
It feels weird not to. I just like it. I got used to it. I don't mind wearing it.
Why? Yeah, like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, why would you get mad at that? Like, there's a lot of people, I think, who are just legitimately into wearing masks. Like, what? Okay. They like it. So why are you upset at that? You fucking weirdo. What's wrong with you? Also, you should literally wear a mask during flu season, especially if you have symptoms. Like, especially if you feel like you might be getting sick or some shit. Or if you've been around sick people. Like, it's good. It's good for other people. Like, it literally is for their protection. What people don't realize is that mask wearing isn't necessarily to protect the person who's wearing a mask. And liberals don't understand this concept either, which is very strange to me. Like, we're this far into a fucking pandemic. How do you not understand that mask wearing is not for your protection? Okay? It's for you to protect others from potentially getting what you have. Okay? It's so wild. Don't say it's both. The protective component of mask wearing when you're not wearing a fucking N95 mask is incredibly limited, okay? It's nowhere near as protective as like a surgical fucking mask, like a regular surgical mask that this person is wearing, would be protecting others from spreading COVID. Okay? It's 70%. What? It's for both people. Please, LMAO. That's why dentists wear masks. What? I wear mine because I don't want to run into people at a store. I just want shopping at my peace. No, the only purpose of masks is to stop COVID and nothing else. The masks are especially designed to destroy COVID particles. What?
I guess I'm just used to it, I guess.
Are you vaccinated? Why are you wearing a mask outside? What's your thought process? No comment.
I did.
It's so dumb. Lol, Chush should embrace the mask because these motherfuckers are ugly as fuck. It'll help them out in the dating game.
So first of all, stop right there. Half the people he
So were all those infographics about rates of transmission depending on which parties were wearing masks or bullshit then? No, did you not realize that those fucking infographics literally showed what I'm saying to you? Mask wearing and its protective components for you are limited unless you are wearing an N95 mask, okay? Mask wearing as a protective measure is significantly less effective than mask wearing as a protective measure from spreading COVID. That's why we had mask mandates. I'm so confused, dude. Like, we are literally 1 year removed at this point. Like, we've been in this shit for like a year and a half. How the fuck do you guys still don't know? Jesus, Lord mercy, dude. How the fuck? How in the fuck are we still having an argument about this?
Fog.
It's not a binary. Just because something's not as effective as an alternative doesn't mean it does nothing. I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, it's not. It's not nothing. But that doesn't mean that you're going to fucking enforce people to do it. Especially when, like, vaccines are there so that we don't have to fucking do that. What do you want? Like,
he's talking to, not only are they wearing masks outside after being vaccinated, the mask is under their nose. So even if they were like fully COVID infected, wearing the mask would do them no good whatsoever. Also, they're wearing surgical masks, which again, aren't like the most effective.
Like if someone has COVID, okay, if you're indoors with someone who has COVID, doesn't know they have COVID, are not, and is not wearing a mask, and they fucking cough on you like a bunch of times, but you're wearing a mask, you're still probably going to get fucking COVID. Plenty of people did during COVID. Okay? Just letting you guys know, unless you have like an N95 and you are like cleaning yourself rigorously, you're most likely still going to get COVID, even if you're wearing a mask or not. Unless you are wearing an N95 mask. All right.
Form of like it's such theater. It's such theater.
Yeah, I guess like my friends wear them, so I'm like, if I'm
social pressure.
I might as well just.
Hazmat worker here trained to treat Ebola patients. Surgical masks do not prevent an aerosolized airborne virus. N95s are 95% effective in getting you to watch 90 Day Again. Surgical masks offer little protection for the user. Fuck yourself, dude. Fuck yourself.
I feel like I won't take off my mask until everybody does.
Okay, stop it right there. Yes, this is exactly the point. It's all social pressure. Now, there are times when social pressure is useful. Like, let's say early on in the pandemic, we don't know much about this thing. And there are people who are still going indoors to...
Okay, this motherfucker literally has dudes working at Daily Wire that debated me about the efficacy of mask wearing in the peak of the pandemic. So, like, he's such a piece of shit who's literally changed his perspective now. Okay? That's bullshit. Like, you literally, back then, were still at fucking running an operation that straight up was there were hella anti-maskers there, dude. That's crazy. That's crazy that he's like now making it seem like, oh, I was always a fan of wearing masks, always, from the jump.
The places, and they're in those places for long periods of time, and so everybody sort of masks up, and there's social pressure to do so because you don't want to get funny looks. Get it. But here's the reality. You should have been wearing a mask when you needed to wear a mask, and not wearing a mask when you don't. Whoa. I know a lot of people who still do this, by the way, who are still like, I don't want to look like a jerk, so I still wear a mask. Like, what if people look at me funny? Well, then you tell them, I'm vaccinated, leave me alone. The fact that we as a society have become...
I walked into my P.O. Box place, and hella people were wearing masks. And I did not have a mask. I literally left the house this morning without a mask. And as a courtesy, I asked, like, do you guys have a mask? Do you have an extra mask? I'm sorry, I forgot mine. And they were like, no, you don't need to wear this. We just, we're just wearing it because we have to. Like, we don't give a shit. I think you should still do that. If you don't have a mask. If you're going outside, you should still have a mask. Specifically because there's like some places that still mandate you to wear a mask. Why would you ask them? But most places used to have masks. Yeah, the guy was like, are you vaccinated? I was like, hell yeah, I'm fucking vaccinated. I've been double vaxxed up for months now. It's like, yeah, I don't give a shit.
I'm so addicted to what other people think about us that we're not willing to do like the most basic thing, like uncover your face when you are fully healthy, is insane to me.
We haven't been very consistent.
Role modeling, right?
I mean, it's just there's a lot of anxieties with taking the mask off, for the first time. So it's
Because
probably
it's been so long.
yeah, it's like a social anxiety at this point.
I personally still wouldn't want to take the risk anyway, and I don't trust anyone else.
See, like, all these people literally think this fucking rinky-dink-ass surgical mask is going to protect them from getting COVID when they're out and about, dude. Like, this literally is like the liberal form of misinformation. And we pumped people full of this shit for throughout the duration of COVID so we could get people to wear masks, and it like stayed. It has so much staying power. But if people are being like extra courteous or extra careful, that's one thing. But like a lot of Americans unironically think wearing a surgical mask is literally, not even a surgical mask, whatever this cloth thing is like literally protecting them from getting COVID magically. Like people think it's like a literal magical barrier. You're wearing a mask to be courteous to other people because this is an asymptomatic spreader. And you, in a lot of instances, or pre-symptomatic spreader, sorry, I'll use the correct scientific term for it, which is there to, stop you from potentially giving COVID to other people when you might have it and not know you have it. Data we added from studies published since the last update. Background. Source control to block exhaled virus. Filtration for wearer protection. Human studies for masking and SARS-CoV-2 transmission. I agree it's not necessary to wear masks now, but masks do lower viral count of infections, so are useful. Masks are for other people more than they are for your personal protection. Unless you are wearing an N95 mask. I've said this a million times over and over again, but people fucking refuse to hear me on this.
Have a look at this hilarious debate with conservatives about LGBT propaganda. Watch as long as you want to at Hasanabi.
There's no reason to not wear a mask other than I guess it's kind of uncomfortable, Yeah. Yeah. Masks do protect you. You are referencing outdated CDC messaging from last March. What? Dude, no, I'm not. Masks protect you, the wearer. Like regular masks protect you, the wearer, but in a very limited capacity. Please stop, dude. Cloth mask materials can also reduce wearers' exposures to infectious droplets through filtration, including filtration of fine droplets and particles with less than 10 microns. The relative filtration effectiveness of various masks have varied widely across studies, in large part due to a variation of experimental design and particle sizes analyzed. Multiple layers of cloth with higher thread counts have demonstrated superior performance compared to single layers of cloth with lower thread counts. In some cases, filtering nearly 50% of fine particles in less than 1 micron. Some materials may enhance filtering. None of you motherfuckers have like, polypropylene masks and shit like that. The most effective way to defend against COVID, if you want to, as an individual wearer, if you want to stop the particles from entering an area in your body, you have to wear an N95 mask. So if you are immunocompromised and you want to defend yourself from potential COVID attacks, then get an N95 mask for sure. Okay? If you want to ensure that you don't give others COVID, then wear a regular mask. Spent Christmas at my mom's when her brother, my stepdad all had COVID. None of them wore masks. Stepdad almost died a week later, and I had an N95 and didn't get sick. N95s are great. That's good advice. The pee test? Yeah, I mean, this is the most basic way. If you're running around naked and someone pees on you, you get wet right away. If you're wearing pants, some pee will not get through, but not as much, so you're better protected. If the guy who pees is wearing pants, the pee stays with him and you do not get wet. Yep. This was the way that I tried to explain to conservatives why you should fucking wear a mask, but anyway. Also, simply wearing a mask is not enough either. You should probably be wearing goggles as well.
So I'm just doing it for my
Even if the science said it was like basically impossible, it still doesn't matter?
That's not what it said. The science is not saying that. These guys are fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Extra precaution.
Because I want to protect others and there's still risk no matter what. So
see, this is really unhealthy. It's really, really unhealthy. Everybody has been trained over the past year to see all other human beings around them as a potential risk. So much so that even though they are not a risk anymore, it doesn't matter. People are still so addicted to the idea that everybody around them is a health threat to them that they're like, there's no limiting principle here.
Nah, I'm just gonna accept that I'll probably die because of COVID and stupid people. It's fine. Dude, that is not a healthy way to live. I'm serious. Like, if you're an immunocompromised person, this risk exists during flu season as well. As a matter of fact, a higher risk exists for you during flu season. Like, I don't understand what you're saying. I'm immunocompromised. What do you expect? Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, take your precautions. If you're immunocompromised, take your precautions. Why the fuck would people get mad at me for saying, like, wear an N95 mask if you want to defend yourself, actually defend yourself from COVID, rather than just a fucking cloth mask? Okay? Like, immunocompromised people that get mad at me for this take are literally mad at someone who is not saying anything incorrect. Okay? Sorry.
You could literally tell these people to wear a mask every day, the rest of their life, forever. And presumably they'll do it. We'll get to more with Ami Horowitz.
Did you really say the flu is worse than COVID-19? No. I said that the regular flu is worse than COVID-19 if you are already vaccinated for COVID-19. COVID-19 vaccinations, or at least the common ones that are readily available here in the United States of America, have a significantly higher efficacy rate than many different vaccines that come out during flu season for whatever that season's flu is. Okay, those vaccines commonly have 30 to 50% efficacy ratings, whereas the COVID-19 vaccine has 90% plus. So yes, COVID-19. Oh my fucking god, COVID-19 is deadlier and spreads more than the flu. Use a straw man. Okay, people are literally purposefully misunderstanding what I'm saying here. COVID-19, as long as you are vaccinated, is less deadly, like significantly less deadly than the regular fucking flu. Even if you are vaccinated for the regular fucking flu. Hello. This is literally a scientifically proven, factually correct statement that I am making. Okay? You can say that I am an idiot all you fucking want. But the truth is that COVID-19, vaccinated people who may or may not get COVID-19 are still in a significantly better position than they would be during flu season, whether they're unvaccinated or actually vaccinated. Okay? Sources doesn't seem to be too legit. Oh my fucking lord. Okay. Influenza vaccine efficacy for 2020. The current influenza vaccine was 45% effective overall against the 2019-2020 seasonal influenza A and B viruses. Specifically, the flu vaccine has been 50% effective against influenza B and Victoria viruses, and 37% effective against influenza A, H1N1. Okay, so that's CDC numbers for the morbidity and mortality for influenza. Okay, the seasonal fucking flu. This changes every fucking year, which is precisely why it's difficult to get the proper vaccinations for it. So that's one. However, the current COVID-19 vaccines, Pfizer and Moderna, that you can get in America, the United States of America, this is just for the United States of America, where you could easily get these vaccines. The efficacy rating for those vaccines are at 90+%. And what that means is that as long as you are vaccinated by either of those mRNA vaccines, you are in a significantly better position. Okay? And that's precisely why the overwhelming majority since mass vaccination campaigns started, the overwhelming majority, with like very, very minor exceptions of COVID death, have come from people who are unvaccinated. Okay? Even the J&J and AstraZeneca vaccines are still more effective at preventing the worst symptoms of COVID than the regular flu season vaccines that many people don't even get. COVID vaccines have so far prevented almost 100% of deaths from COVID. Okay?
Throw chat in timeout.
That's because more strains of the flu exist. It's a dice roll, while current COVID are only a few variants. No, I understand that. I already mentioned that. Okay? We were supposed to be having fun today, and y'all want to argue with him about nothing? You guys get that? Do you understand that? Have I made myself fucking clear? Like, I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you something that is not true just because it makes you feel better about mask wearing. If you want to wear masks, if you want to protect others that are immunocompromised in your family, okay? If you want to be extra protective, if you want to be extra careful, then go off kings and queens and emperors, okay? Wear the mask all you want. But barring any sort of like significant new variants that are transmitting at a rapid clip that makes the CDC go back and reinforce mask mandates, I'm not going to wear it. Unless, you know, people want me to wear it. In which case, I will be courteous and wear one. We're literally arguing the same thing we were arguing a year ago.
It's in just 1 second.
People keep saying the Delta variant that's in the UK. Most of the people in the UK are vaxxed up with AstraZeneca, not Moderna or Pfizer, which has a lower efficacy rating. And I don't know if the Delta variant is going to be as like damaging or devastating here in the United States of America. There are initiatives that you can take.
Days. Very excited. Stick that microchip straight into my veins. Let's go.
Regardless, there are initiatives that you can take. I feel like some people unironically want to. I feel like some people actually like want to go back to the fucking mask mandates and like they feel a sense of solidarity or something where you're just like, you're literally like saying like, oh no, there's new variants that are coming out. You got to keep wearing a mask. You got to keep wearing a mask. I'm not going to worry about it until the CDC tells me to worry about it. I'm a fucking simpleton. Okay. I am an ape-brained idiot who believes the scientific community because I feel like they know better than I do.
First, let me remind you, it's hard to keep an eye on your house all day. I mean, you're not home all day, and there are 1,000 reasons why you want to keep an eye on your home. For me, I got 3 I've done it.
Okay, Ben. Yeah, black people exist in your neighborhood. Yeah, get home defense.
Or spread it while you're outside.
Sure.
Does that change your thought at all?
I know that, but it also sets an example, a visual example.
That's how I feel sometimes. I just want to put it on.
Because you almost feel like that, like almost a compulsion to do it because we've been doing it for so long.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the right thing to say. It's like a pacifier.
Very
a
interesting.
little kid has his pacifier.
Sure.
You want to take it away.
Yep, security blanket. That's right. That's right. These people are using it. Honestly, there are a few reasons why people wear masks. One, it's the security blanket.
Motherfucker says CDC is not the scientific community. You're right. They actually get guidance from Twitch chatters. That's why they operate the way that they do. You're correct. Thank you. Which is why I think I should listen to Twitch chatters instead of the CDC. The CDC initially said to not wear a mask at all. They've been wrong a number of times. You are literally the same as conservatives. Okay? I'm sorry. What you are doing is unironically the exact same thing that conservatives were arguing. You are being the exact same as conservatives with respect to trusting the authorities and people who have a better understanding of the situation than you do. The CDC is incredibly conservative, okay? They are. They have to be. This is the exact same argument that conservatives were fucking making, dude.
Feel people will leave me alone and it'll keep me safe even though I'm already safe. Help me, Mommy! And then there's the sort of cultish aspect of it, which is I am great and virtuous because I'm signaling to others how virtuous I am by wearing this mask. And then there's the peer pressure. Oh, maybe people will just leave me alone and like, but here's the reality, folks. You're an individual human being. Use your brain. It's between your ears. Try it.
It's also a little bit of a protest in a way.
The protest being
well, I shouldn't be given the privilege to not wear a mask.
Not only have I been double vaccinated.
Okay, I gotta stop it there. That one's hilarious. It's a protest against the privilege of not being forced to wear a mask. When you see everything in terms of privilege, it's ghost hunting. It's like, whatever I'm doing today, it doesn't matter what I'm doing. Took a dump in the woods. It was a protest, man. Like, what was it a protest against? Against people who are privileged by having toilets. We should all have solidarity with people who have to take a dump in the woods. You can do this with literally any human action. I woke up this morning, I set my car on fire. Well, that didn't make any sense. Why would you do that? Well, it was a protest against what? Well, you know, the privilege of having cars. You know how many people don't have cars? You want to live your life this way, man? Go for it.
Not only have I been double vaccinated, I had COVID.
So you're triple.
I'm triple.
So why? So why do you think you're doing it?
I think
it's virtually impossible.
Like, these people are over the top cautious. All you're doing is like running up on people who are just being extra careful. Okay? Like, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't be like, why the fuck are you wearing a mask, stupid? If like someone is wearing a mask outdoors, like, or indoors, it literally doesn't matter. Like, why? You're being super immunonormative right now? Shut up, dude. Yeah, I am. I know.
Yep.
People are being overly cautious, which is fine. If people want to be overly cautious, they can be overly cautious. Why in the ever-loving fuck would you ever care if someone wants to wear a mask or not? Like, that's so stupid.
To get coronavirus outside while you're vaccinated.
Yeah. I think it's because I have been so infuriated at people who didn't wear a mask when the whole year. So it's like a display of, I still care.
Like my roommate this year was gonna be from Singapore before everything changed, and I would just see videos on his Instagram of like going out clubbing and stuff just because it was safe over there, and it was kind of like, oh man, like if we had actually handled this well, be able to like do stuff, but I'm just stuck inside.
If we handle it better, we could be doing X than everybody else.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's take them off. Come on, take them off. Come on.
Oh my
You
God.
do succumb to peer pressure. Jeez.
Well, there you have it. People wearing masks for no reason. And all it took was Ami just pushing people a little bit, and they took off the mask. So let's be real about this, folks. If you're vaccinated, it's time to take off the mask and get on with your life, because anything else is just you being an idiot.
You stupid.
Okay, that's so, I mean, again, it's incredibly dumb.